report from Errol on Twitter the other day. He like, I thought Spence didn't want to fight. They didn't want to fight. And everybody got every clue they didn't. PBC didn't have no choice. They got to deliver on Showtime. They got to deliver, and they know it. They gotta continue to be an asset to Showtime, and we all know it. That it wasn't a public demand that made this fight happen, because they don't care about public demand. They didn't care about when the fans wanted Charlo and Hurd. They didn't care about when the fans wanted Charlo and Andrade. They didn't care about what the fans wanted for Gary Russell or Leo Santa Cruz. I mean, just a list of fights you can go on, just inner fights. Just fights that people wanted to see within the PBC sphere. You know what I'm saying? They didn't make. Errol and Keith Thurman. They just didn't make those fights. But let's just go into the facts, right? Keith Thurman said that, they were supposed to be fighting in February, that he was training for a February fight. Factual or false. He just said it on Ellie Segbank, right? Also, he said, Errol Spence got into an accident. Nobody got no type of record of that accident either. Not a police station, nobody. So some people believe that the accident was a hoax. I ain't saying it's a hoax. Maybe they swept it under the rug and the parents cashed them out. He was talking about how insurance kicked him out for getting into another car accident. Right? Then he talking about, they was, him and Bud was supposed to be fighting November, December. How y'all fighting in November, December when Keith Thurman said he expected to fight in February? Okay? Right? Or am I tripping? 2, Errol Spence, why people think that accident was a hoax. Not saying it was or it wasn't. Don't really give a fuck. Because he wasn't even in no type of shape during the fight in February, November, or December. So he wasn't even in no type of shape. So how the hell you was about to fight and you wasn't even in the gym? Terence Crawford said that and you can physically see it. He wasn't in no goddamn gym. So let's stop the cap. He was the one that's saying Bob won't give him to me. He became free, and then they want to offer somebody with no guarantee. That Espinoza saying, well, fighters just start getting guaranteed. He's a piece of shit. He's a lying piece of shit to Stephen Espinoza. And I never understood why people went at him or Conor McGregor said what he said about Espinoza publicly, but it's an accurate depiction. And I ain't gotta never speak to him. I don't need no credentials. I don't give a fuck about being in a room full of fake ass media members. I really don't. In the pandemic, when them niggas was scrambling and regurgitating and re-chopping up interviews and shit, I still was doing what I did. Cause I don't depend on no fighters for interviews and shit. But I ain't knocking people that do it. But then 9 times out of people that do it, they depend on somebody else. They depend on fan questions, or they depend on another media member asking a question, and then they use the footage and act like they asked the question. So to me, it is what it is. And then you get cool with these fighters, and then you pick against them, and you give a logical reason why you picking against them. Then they get mad and don't want to talk to you, act like bitches. I ain't got time for it, dude. I got enough bull job going in my life. I just don't got time for it. But when you look at the PBC lineup, where the lineup at? Yeah, you got, Boots Ennis talking about fighting. He either can be a co-feature or the main event. Co-feature for Bud and Spencer doing main event July 22nd. But that's about it. We expected Danny Garcia or Erislandy Lara. But, I heard like Gary Russell like semi-retired and shit. He basically being a full-time trader. Is what it looked like. What's up with Jamil Charlo? He about to get fucking stripped butt naked of his WBO title. Probably all of them. Jamal Charlo. I mean, it's a number of different fighters out there. I mean, who else you got? Leo Santa Cruz. The fuck, all these dudes like semi-retired. Keith Thurman or Dennis Ugas. Deontay Wilder, is he gonna tune up and wait till December? Knowing PBC, he gonna wait till December. So the proof's in the pudding, dude. Showtime is cutting their dates, and the dates that they are giving y'all, they wasting them because the budget ain't shit. And I'll probably, paying the majority of the money out the pocket to the fighters. So let's not act like they wasn't forced into this. And then Terence Crawford had to get some more representation to help him do it. That's just the name of the game. All the players in the game, they got to make sure everybody get paid. Like I told y'all about Lamar Jackson, they wasn't gonna let him break the bank, because all the agents and all the agents and lawyers and shit, and all them together, they breaking bread together. They taking your little 10 or 5% they get out the deal, and they spreading it. Okay, Baltimore playing Lamar, right? But then if Lamar got an agent and a lawyer that look over all that, either or both in some situations, guess what? We got to break up. We gonna make sure the right lawyer, the lawyer and the agent get paid. It's all paid for play. It's all to make sure they all in it together. Like Eric Sermon said from EPMD, you got to be in it to win it. It's like the lotto. You got to be in it to win it. So they ain't had no choice. They got to show that they deliver a product that is valuable to Showtime. And they had more layoffs over there at Viacom with MTV, and they had more layoffs over there going on. People glossed over that article, came out about a month ago. So they got more fucking layoffs that came from over there. But yeah, like, come on, man. They had no other choice but to make this fight, bro. And then Errol Spence applied some pressure, like, I want to fight Keith. And yeah, he had to want it. He had to get on the phone with Bud. They had to get acquainted. They had to chop numbers up. So, at one point he wanted, but he didn't want it because he wanted it. He was wanted because the peer pressure. What Gucci say? Heavy. So heavy. It's getting heavy. It got heavy on his ass. He started hearing what people say, if he go in there and he get his ass whooped, you should have just got your ass whooped years ago. But all they look at is the dollar figure amount. Oh, look, I waited and I got more money than I originally probably would have got. But think about it. If you would have got paid for this fight 2 or 3 years ago, and let's say both y'all stock rose, bruh, dude, you would have been a more valuable asset going forward. No matter who you would have fought, Keith Thurman or Dennis Ugas, you would have got the lion's share of the money. You feel me? But they got to show that they're a valuable asset. It was put to me that this fight was 100% definitely going to happen. It had to happen. They got to deliver a great asset to Showtime. Or Showtime going to clip them. I wasn't the one that said, Showtime in it just for the now. For the short term, we don't know about the long term. Espinosa said that. They might not even be around past, next year. He said that, not me. He said that. So don't shoot the messenger. Shoot the guy who said the statement. He went from the head of Showtime to the head of CBS Sports, or under the head of CBS Sports. He got demoted. So, hey. Not me, but yeah, let's not act like they had to make this fight, bro. Who else being active over there? What else do you hear about what's going on over there? I be active. People like, y'all heard something about, some of the top fighters over there. Nobody can tell me nothing. And it's the summertime. And don't forget, Jerron Ennis ain't no PBC fighter. He ain't no PBC fighter. So, like I said before, let's act like, Bud didn't want to fight. Hey, look, if Bud didn't want to fight, dude, he would have went somewhere else. Let's call it what it was. He went and made the fight happen, sat through the bullshit. Now, did he have a lot of options? No, but he made a way where he just wanted to take the Albanesian fight. Nah, bro, he tried to fight. They wasn't fighting, dude. Keith Thurman came out and said, me and Errol was supposed to fight in February. He just said that. We all knew that. We all knew that was the plan. They probably want him to fight Keith Thurman first, kind of get warmed up, get acquainted with somebody that can box, then go into the summertime with Terence Crawford. Now Terence Crawford is closer to being 36 years old. It's as simple as that. They waited this thing out as much as possible. That's what it was. But they had to deliver. The pressure of Showtime slashing the budget, pulling fight dates back. You know what I'm saying? All they top fighters ain't got no dates. They didn't fight in the fall. Most of them didn't fight in the fall. Most of them didn't fight in the winter. Then a lot of them motherfuckers didn't fight in the spring. Right? Then you go on and then you to the you almost to the summer. And we already know that the summer be, you know, the summer be like, you know, it be like, how can I say it? The summers kind of be like lukewarm, but this summer like it be a little hotter with, you know, Jerron Ennis possibly headlining Spence Crawford, the New Year Way Stephen Fulton. So you getting some fights. I mean, T.O. and Josh Taylor might not quite be the summertime though. So, but yeah, they had no choice. They had to deliver a product, continue to ride their momentum, bro. They had to continue to ride the momentum. So that is what it is. So let's stop acting like, you know, they willingly made this fight. If they had another option, if they could throw Errol Spence in there with Canelo, which they tried to do, I mean, we can just go over every different scenario. Errol Spence put himself in this position trying to talk shit and trying to troll Terence Crawford. He backed himself into this corner. Oh, he won't give them to me. He get a belt, I'm going to take it from him. As soon as he get a belt, every time he moved that line, he moved it further and further back. Shit, fucking with him, the three-point line in the NBA going to be at half court. Only person that's going to be able to hit threes in the NBA is going to be fucking Steph Curry. If it was up to him, how much he moved the line back, you got to call a spade a spade. But hey, man, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJGood313, Venmo, CJGood313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Link tree, the first link in the description. Check me out on TikTok too. All that's in the link tree. Peace.